Kenobi! What's up, everybody? My name's Big Cam, and Star Wars put out a new trailer for Maul Shadow Lord. And this trailer isn't too long, about a minute 45 seconds, but Maul Shadow Lord is going to be an animated series coming in April to Disney Plus. And the visuals in this look pretty damn good, and some of the stuff in here I'm like, damn son. Oh, like some people are like, oh, why does Star Wars and Disney keep doing this animation style? I think since the Clone Wars they found a animation style that works, that they can make look beautiful. And if you think they can't make it look beautiful, I highly recommend going and checking out the Bad Batch final season, because some of the shots in the Bad Batch's final season is absolutely beautiful, and like at times I almost forgot it was animation, you know. And I actually kind of buy into the animation style from like Rebels and stuff like that, you know. So at a certain point you're just kind of like, this is how it looks, I don't know what you're talking about, you know. Like, but yeah, I can see some of the complaints. Well, oh, the animation style sucks, but they've now come to a point where they can nail the animation style, nail lighting, nail environments, nail everything about it, you know. Like, oh, it just looks so good. But let's jump into this trailer and see what Maul Shadow Lord has to offer.
Times have changed. I will show you the galaxy for what it truly is. See things from a new perspective.
Is this what our future holds? Always running.
I invite you to look more closely.
What are we dealing with?
Good question.
Ooh. Ooh. What are we dealing with? And we see a slight little shot of Maul's face with like a cloak over it, and he's like, I'm not sure. And he's like, I invite you to look more closely. You know, like the voice of Maul, right? Like, it's not Ray Park anymore, but the voice of Maul being Sam Witter, and like, oh, them committing to him being Maul now, I'm so here for it. But just from like the opening shots of this trailer, that he's looking down at like Coruscant, and it almost looks like the middle of like a reticle, you know what I mean? Like a you know, like a sharpshooter's bullseye or something. Interesting. So we hear Maul go, times have changed. I will show you what the galaxy really is, you know. And we see, looks like guys walking down the side of a building in Coruscant, and like guards coming out of the back of a ship, maybe looking for somebody, maybe some droid and underworld beef going on. And Maul seems to invite this young woman to see things from a new perspective, and we can see him pouring what looks like tea, and when he's kneeling down we can see his like part of his metal knees are like, you know, pegged into the floor, like bracing him. So clearly this is after episode 1, after Obi-Wan lopped off the legs of Darth Maul. And if you guys are like, how's Darth Maul back? You are so sadly confused and mistaken. Maul has been around for a while. He has been in Rebels, he was in, I think, maybe even Clone Wars. You know, like he has shown up in, I believe, Rebels in this great episode where he comes and finds Obi-Wan in the sand, and that Darth Maul meme that so many people know, friggin' Kenobi, you know, like screaming. And yeah, it looks like Maul's talking to this young pink girl who seems to be a Jedi with a blue lightsaber, and she's got like these pink ilus. I don't know her creature name or her species name, but she seems to be a Jedi, and she's talking to maybe another Jedi. And this looks like an older, maybe her master type of thing, and almost like Yoda, but not, you know, like just another really old Jedi Force sensitive person. But, you know, this poor young Padawan. So she's like, you know, is this gonna be what it's always like, running, hiding? And he's like, I invite you to look more closely. And we zoom in on his lightsaber, which is dual-ended, right? It can open on one side or the other, and both ends, and one of the coolest lightsabers, Darth Maul. But yeah, so it looks like he's going to be hunting down Darth Maul, and he's looking for a new apprentice. But on to the next portion of this trailer.
And I offer you an opportunity. to suffer. We survive, but do not live.
Ooh, some absolutely expertly delivered dialogue from Sam Witwer. Get this man a robe, get this man some makeup, because we need Darth Maul back in live action. I refuse to let lines be delivered this good just in animation for some adult out there to be like, oh, well, it's a kid's show. Fuck you! Oh my god, how could you say this is a kid's show? It's Darth Maul, he's murdering people. This is adult content for sure. Like, oh, I can already picture this being so violent and so just amazing. But also it doesn't need to be. You know, he could be fucking up droids and it could still be PG. But like, Star Wars doesn't do that to their audience. They don't go, hey, we're not going to lop off Luke's arm because there might be kids in the audience. That just is shit that can happen. You can lose an arm. But in this universe you can get a metal arm, you know, a robot arm. Which I guess in our world now you can too. So at the beginning of that though, Darth Maul offers her an opportunity, and on April 6th we'll find out what opportunity that is, but a great shot of him and his lightsaber sparks up at the end of this, of his little plane here, and then they open fire on him and he blocks it with one side, the other side of the lightsaber sparks up, and then he starts just blocking every shot, leaps off and strikes some guy down, and you hear the Maul, you know, like, oh, so badass. And then she's like, Maul, and he's lit by like, we just see red light and shadow, and we just see a little bit of his horns, and she's like, Maul, before we cut to our first official look at him with his yellow Sith eyes and his red face and the horns, and oh, such a cool looking character design. Darth Maul, so sick, so highly underused, and that's pretty much why we're getting this show of Maul Shadow Lord. So sick. So from the creator of the Clone Wars, which I believe is what, Dave Faloni, but Maul says to her, we have been all made to suffer, to survive, but we do not live. Oh, such a good line. But when he delivers that line, he's like, we've been all made to suffer, and he turns and looks, and that looks like Sabine Wren, does it not? The short haircut, the armor, is that not Sabine Wren in her Mandalorian armor, in her like slightly purple short haircut? Is Rebels going to be somehow attached to the show? Is Sabine Wren somehow going to be attached to Darth Maul in this? I mean, didn't she kind of have a little face-to-face with him in Rebels? It's been a while since I've seen those, so comment below if I'm wrong, but doesn't that look like Sabine Wren right there? It could fucking be. Most certainly looks like one to me. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But like, we see shots of like the Star Destroyer over this city, and like, oh, just how that looks like in atmosphere. It looks so crazy versus like out in space. Like, the Star Destroyers are so massive, but when they're in space you can't tell how massive they are. But when they're over a city and you get that scale of like, oh, this massive ship is haunting the people below. Like, that's crazy. But we see like this young Padawan, Jedi Master, we see like that same creature with like a stick, and like looks up, and his face looks like he's reptilian of some kind, but has maybe a little bit of a beard. And then at the end of that clip, he like flips open like a car that's rushing towards him. Very interesting, before it rapidly cuts away into this final portion of the trailer, right? They packed a lot into this minute 45 seconds, but let's check out the last portion of this trailer.
The Emperor wants you dead. Chains can be broken.
Hang on!
And empires can be shattered.
Ooh, the Emperor wants you dead. Chains can be broken, and empires can be shattered. Ooh, my goodness, Mr. Maul. I see him showing up as a hologram at the beginning of this and getting face to face with a mustachioed officer type man. But then he comes into like a hallway and it looks like there's maybe a couple other Dathomirian type of guys behind Maul here. But not like Savage Opress, just maybe some other Dathomirian brothers. But it looks like Maul slices up some droids and then stabs one in the head. And yeah, then we see another shot of another Dathomirian, maybe woman with, you know, the horns, but she looks more orange and blue than the black and red like Darth Maul. But we do see a person with the Mandalorian helmet on, blowtorching somebody or some droid. And yeah, it looks like maybe Darth Revan maybe jumps out of a ship with his little mask there, if that is the right guy. And if that is the guy I'm thinking of, in a short of like Tales of the Sith or Tales of the Jedi or something, don't we see that guy get sliced up by Ahsoka or somebody? I don't think he's long for the world, even if he did. And I believe that was Marak or Merrick next to him, who we saw in Ahsoka become a fart cloud. So it looks like they're like, hey, that character that we didn't use very well and we made a fart cloud in that one show, maybe we can bring him back into something else. And I believe he was also voiced by Sam Witwer. So Sam Witwer is saying to Sam Witwer here, the Emperor wants you dead. And I just think that's hilarious. But then we see a great shot. He's like, the Emperor wants you dead. And Maul's like mean mug of a face with his horns. Oh, he looks so good. Man, oh man. But yeah, it looks like Maul's going to be infiltrating some guys right behind them. And yeah, maybe that Padawan Jedi person is going to be fighting against Maul. Or maybe he's going to try and get her to join him. But maybe unsuccessfully. Maybe. We see some fighting on a bridge, and then we see Maul throw his double-ended lightsaber like a boomerang, and it slices through a bunch of troopers, and then it comes back to him as he's fighting Marak, and it looks like he maybe dodges Marak and then slices him in half, but you know, this, unless it's another Marak, and there's a bunch of Marak clones out there, but yeah, it looks like he slices him down, maybe just incapacitating him before he becomes a fart cloud later in life. Or maybe the reason he became a fart cloud is because he was just like a reanimated Dathomirian ghost, and this is because he really died right here to Maul. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe they'll be doing some retconning with this show and explaining some things, but it looks like streaming April 6th, the Maul Shadow Lord will be coming to Disney Plus and Star Wars, and that little like Disney Star Wars Disney Plus logo with like lightsabers fighting at the end. Very cool. Yeah, I'm into it. I mean, I like Star Wars in general, so Star Wars animation's not too hard to sell for me. You know, I watch Rebels and Clone Wars and The Bad Batch, and I watched all of them. They were great. I even watched Star Wars Visions, although I didn't watch all of Season 3. I just watched the first episode with the Duel Part 2 or whatever. But really got nice stuff here with the animation for Star Wars. And, you know, any of the people that are like, can't they try a different animation style? Maybe go check out Star Wars Visions, because that has multiple different art styles of animation, but it's all just like one-off episodes, you know, so it's not like one cohesive story. They're more like individual shorts, little 15-minute episodes, nothing too crazy. But, you know, if anything, those are like proof of concepts of like, hey, do you want to see more of this? You know, and I certainly hope some of the things that they did in Star Wars Legends or Visions, they bring back into live action, like the Elder, the Duel. There was a couple of episodes that were absolutely unreal that I would like to see more from. And perfect example, we all wanted to see more of Darth Maul from Phantom Menace, and multiple years later, after Clone Wars, after Rebels, after The Bad Batch, we're getting Maul Shadow Lord in his own show where he's the title guy. And have we ever had a Sith-centric character be the lead role? I don't think so. So maybe this is a new version of things for Disney here, where we're going to be following the villain. the whole time, and maybe he won't. Maybe we'll be with the Padawan the whole time. But I find it very interesting that Darth Maul is going to be the main character of this show, and I love that Sam Witter is voicing him. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on this down in the comment section below, or if you want to send them to me on my other social medias, links for those down in the description below. Sorry I'm not wearing a Star Wars t-shirt when I recorded this, but I will be coming out with a new Hot Toys figure unboxing over the weekend, and maybe this shirt is teasing who it will be. So stay tuned for that, y'all, if you guys are into Hot Toys figures. But any Star Wars fans out there, make sure you guys hit that bell so you get notifications when new Star Wars stuff drops, and you can get that notification when those comes out. But if you made it this far into the video and you'd like to support the channel, the best way of doing that is dropping a like on this video, commenting down in the comment section below, subscribing if you haven't already, and hit that bell so you don't miss future trailer breakdowns and reactions, and you'll get the notifications when those come out. Once again, my name's Big Cam, and I'll see you beautiful people in the next episode. Peace!